clearly not much of a surprise because we just saw the number of cases. It's decreased a bit from yesterday, but when you compare it to a week ago, plus 23%. And clearly this is even worse in the Paris region and in the north of France, which is why the Prime Minister announced that those two regions and additional 3 departments would start a 4-week, at least 4-week, but for now 4-week lockdown, 7 days a week. It's true that there was discussion, speculation that it would be a weekend lockdown like the ones already in places in some parts of southern France and some parts of northern France. The Prime Minister said they had an effect, but it was clearly not enough, and especially not enough to cope with the situation in intensive care units in the Paris region and in the north of France. Basically, he said the situation was very dire and we needed a radical action. Obviously, he framed this as something different. He said it was not the national tough lockdown of a year ago, and it was not like the second lockdown from last October. He said it was a kind of a third way lockdown.
Yeah, because I mean, everyone hears the word lockdown, then they look for the small print, the terms and conditions. So how is this lockdown different from the November one and the one of a year ago?
It's very similar to the November lockdown. Basically, for one important reason, schools will remain open. This is really, the government has been really keen to maintain this. They believe that it's a kind of French exception that's worked rather well because it has kept pupils at school and rather than learning from distance. And they believe that this is efficient and it's not such a threat health-wise. And so they've maintained schools open like was the case in October, November. Shops, however, will be closed, except those where you buy food, essentially, and maybe supermarkets and so on. The big difference is that outdoor activities are now encouraged. Basically, you can run all day. There'll be no limitation to the amount of time you can spend outdoors. There is, however, a limit, 10 kilometers from your home. And they've also decided that you could not travel out of the region, the 16 departments where this lockdown will be enforced because they don't want the virus to spread. So it is different because it's only 16 departments, and it's also different because you are encouraged in a way to go more outdoors because they don't want people to get infected when they stay indoors at work or at home.
And just